Behind every Bitcoin, there is a fascinating process. Want to know how digital mining shapes the future of cryptocurrencies? In 2008, the global financial landscape was in turmoil. The financial crisis had shaken confidence in traditional institutions, revealing the fragilities of a system controlled by few and vulnerable to many. It was in this context of uncertainty and distrust that a revolutionary idea began to take shape. An individual or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto, whose true identity remains a mystery to this day, published a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This document was a direct response to the failure of traditional financial systems. It proposed a form of money that didn't need intermediaries, governed not by banks or governments, but by a strict and transparent cryptographic protocol. What made Bitcoin different was its decentralized nature. Unlike conventional money, which is issued and controlled by a central government, Bitcoin would be maintained by a distributed network of computers. These computers, or nodes, would work together to validate and record all transactions in a public ledger known as the blockchain. This technology not only allowed for transactions without the need for a trustworthy intermediary, but also solved the problem of digital double spending, ensuring that each unit of Bitcoin could only be spent once. The first block of Bitcoin, known as the Genesis block, was mined by Nakamoto on January 3, 2009, marking the start of the Bitcoin network. The beating heart of cryptocurrency is the blockchain, an invention as revolutionary as the digital currency itself. But what exactly is the blockchain, and how does it work? The blockchain is essentially a distributed digital ledger. Imagine a record book, but instead of being stored in one central location, its pages, or blocks, are spread across a vast network of computers around the world. Each block contains a number of validated transactions, and once a block is filled, it's linked to the previous block in the chain, creating a continuous and unalterable history of all transactions made on the network. The beauty of this technology lies in its transparency and security. When a transaction is made, it is broadcast to the network and grouped with other transactions to form a new block. This block is then verified by miners, who use their computer's processing power to solve complex mathematical problems and validate the block. Once validated, the block is added to the chain, and the transaction is completed. This process not only ensures the security of the transactions, but also makes it extremely difficult to alter any information already recorded on the chain. The Bitcoin fever really began to manifest around 2013, when the value of the digital currency started to rise to levels never seen before. Those who had acquired Bitcoins in the early days of their existence, often out of curiosity or as a hobby, suddenly found themselves with assets of significant value. Stories of people becoming millionaires overnight began to circulate, fueling global euphoria. This explosion in value attracted not only technology enthusiasts and libertarians, but also investors and speculators. The promise of quick and high returns led many to rush to buy Bitcoins, often without fully understanding the technology or the risks involved. This wave of interest not only drove up the value of Bitcoin further, but also increased its volatility. The meteoric rise of Bitcoin did not go unnoticed by the media. Suddenly, everyone from financial news to popular press was talking about Bitcoin. This contributed to a hype cycle that pushed its value even higher. The coverage varied from miraculous success stories to warnings about a potential financial bubble. The phenomenon of Bitcoin went beyond financial and technological spheres, penetrating popular culture. It inspired the creation of music, films, and even artwork. Online forums and social media groups emerged, dedicated to discussing everything about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The term Bitcoin became part of everyday vocabulary, symbolizing not just a currency, but a revolutionary idea. As Bitcoin grew in popularity, governments and financial authorities began to pay more attention. The challenge was how to regulate a currency that was designed to be free of central control. Some countries embraced the technology, while others banned it or imposed strict regulations. After dramatic peaks in value, Bitcoin experienced several significant market corrections. Many saw these periods of decline as signs of an imminent collapse. However, each time, Bitcoin showed remarkable resilience, recovering in value and continuing to attract new followers. Curious about the world of cryptocurrencies? Subscribe and leave your like so you don't miss any content. See you next time.